Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recently I got a chance to spend the weekend at Black Moshannon State Park hanging out with a great group of creators who all shared the same love for the outdoors. Unfortunately, Mandy wasn't able to make it to this event, but I'm excited to take you along and show you what the whole experience was all about. And right from the start, we kicked things off with a hike and a group photo. I thought this was a great way to bring everybody together.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gotta get the vertical. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good job, Abby.
From there, we hit the trail, starting our hike along the lake loop. We did get a break in the rain during this hike, but that would be the only break we got this weekend.
We're doing a cornhole tournament. We're doing an adult time. We're doing a drive-in camp out in Manigriff, PA.
After the hike, we headed back to the group tent area where everyone was hanging out. Since I brought a camper along for the weekend, I ended up staying over at the campground nearby. Here we are hanging out with Dave, and of course I ended up getting a sticker from him. I'll end up getting a sticker to him later on. I just don't have them with me right now.
Don't forget.
I won't forget.
Okay.
We regrouped at the pavilion where Christian, the host of the event, kicked things off with a giveaway.
Tory wins a signed hunting mushrooms book. This one was one I first.
One of the guest speakers was Jeremy Banfield, elk biologist from the Pennsylvania Game Commission, sharing insight about the elk population here in Pennsylvania. He even talked to us about how they use aircraft to track and monitor the elk herd.
We have the latitude, longitude of the aircraft, and over there it's cut off, but we have the latitude, longitude of the crosshairs. So we always know where the plane is in space and time, and we always know where they're looking on the landscape in space and time.
So first aid kits are something I deal with a lot.
And just before lunch, the final presentation was led by Brett Friedman, who delivered a really informative session on first aid.
The way Brett's brain works. Do me a favor, I want to ask a couple questions. Raise your hand if when you go hiking or whatever in the outdoors you bring a first aid kit. Cool.
Okay, so here we are, finishing up day number 1 of the 2026 Creator Meetup. This is sponsored by the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau. When you got here, they give us this folder. It's got some contact information, things like that, but they also give us this goodie bag. So let's go through the bag and see what's in there. All right, if you can see that and know anything about the outdoors in Pennsylvania, you know that this is a purple lizard map. I am super excited to see that. We have Kate's Real Food Energy Bar. There is a notebook binder type thing from the Game Commission. What else do we got in here? We have beef sticks. These are barbecue flavors. 12 grams of protein in that one. We got a water bottle from Happy Valley. We Conserve PA. A little sticker pack. Look, there's a squirrel. There is another sticker pack. And, you know, there's a Hellbender and it says, mad as hell. The Happy Valley Geo Passport. A Geo Tour. So this is going to be very interesting because I am a geocacher. So we are going to use that for sure. And we have a Leave No Trace information card. And the program tonight was about elk smart. So give elk space, never feed an elk, don't name an elk, and do your part. All right, so here is the purple lizard map all rolled out. It is the Pennsylvania Outdoor Recreation map, which is so cool to look at. It does have like the purple lizard logos on there. The purple lizards on the map, you'll see them scattered throughout. That could mean anything, like a scenic vista, a cool place, local legend, something like that. And then if it's circled, there is a detailed purple lizard map available for that area. As the day wound down, everyone gathered at the group pavilion for a campfire and a paranormal talk, which added a fun and unexpected twist to the evening.
What's the haunted cabin, 12?
Yes.
Cabin.
Cabin 12. Cabin 12 is possibly a haunted cabin.
Are you serious? Which is it's a type subspecies, some might say, of Bigfoot
So you think Bigfoot, think of like an 8-foot tall, creature. Albus witches are like 4 feet tall. They're small.
Skinny.
They're small, they're skinny, they're a little wiry, a little more skinny.
Sound like a whip crack.
What's that sound like?
What's this? Basically,
I want to hear.
basically what they really think.
I like to sing Whitney Houston really loud so I can scare away the wildlife. Do you think that they would sing back?
Right.
I don't know.
Depends on the song.
Depends on the song.
Yeah. So there's law.
And of course, no campfire is complete without s'mores. And I also learned that no campfire is complete without toasted Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispie treats on a stick.
Jalapeno on a stick. On a stick. Said don't burn it because it will make it bad. So my friend Tim.
Day 2 started early with everyone gathering for breakfast at the pavilion. It was a great way to shake off the cold morning and get ready for another full day. Not long after, we headed out onto the bog trail with the DCNR educator leading the way. This hike turned into a really informative and memorable experience.
The ground ends up getting broken down and turned back into soil, and that's going to provide a ton of nutrients for the plants that are living here in our forest. Into the ground.
You know you're hanging out with a bunch of content creators when you spot the Insta 360 hanging out high above the crowd. Nature always finds a way to adapt. Living in this nutrient-poor bog, the pitcher plant has evolved into one of Pennsylvania's most unique plants. It's a carnivorous plant where it lures insects in with its nectar and traps them in a cocktail of rainwater and digestive juices. We wrapped up the hike at the old schoolhouse where the ranger shared a bit of history, including the fact that the desk and inkwells were all original. And of course, we couldn't leave without asking her to ring the bell out front. After the hike, it was time to dry out and have some lunch. It was a good chance to refuel and relax before jumping into the afternoon activities. I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone with an outdoor journaling session, taking inspiration from items found around us and putting them on paper. So I am nature journaling, and this is my specimen. Not Mitch. Mitch is not my specimen. Well, here's how it turned out. Simple, but a great way to capture the experience. And here is Bill from Maxim Outdoors, who put together a really awesome piece just like every one of his videos.
Hi everyone. Hi. You all staying warm and dry, trying your best at least. Yeah. My name's Olivia Stass. I'm the Center Outdoors Program Coordinator.
I'm Dave Gantz. I'm the Assistant Coordinator.
And I am Leah Fuller. I'm the Communication Specialist for both Clearwater Conservancy and Center Outdoors.
Yeah.
We joined Centered Outdoors for another guided hike, diving deeper into the natural features of the area.
You guys look like you're the welcoming committee. Like, come on into the forest, guys. Come on in.
Come on. It's fun in here. The world's your bathroom.
How do I know? You could journal about it, Danielle.
Along the way, we came across a large patch of mayflowers, definitely one of the highlights of the trail. We also learned about teaberry, which is a native plant to Pennsylvania with a really distinctive scent.
This one is tea berry. Has anyone ever had tea berry ice cream? Yeah, so that's where this comes from. The high elevation bog areas, which we're in right now.
Another unique find was the balsam fir, not something you typically see in a Pennsylvania forest.
This is a balsam fir tree So it's a pretty unique find out on the trails in Pennsylvania because we don't have very much of the ecosystem for this tree in this area. But Black Moshannon's one place that you can find them.
So long.
Oh no!
Don't fall.
Hold on a second.
And of course, this is what it looks like when content creators are in their element, doing whatever it takes to get that perfect shot.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
Even the geese had to stop by to watch the content creators doing their thing.
It's at 0.7.
And here's another look at the bog and a quiet picnic area along the trail. A perfect place to stop and take it all in. Back at the group tent area, everyone gathered again to warm up, dry out, and enjoy each other's company. And of course, one of the highlights of the evening was making Jiffy Pop popcorn over the campfire. Boy, was it a hit. Wait, did I just find a tool that the Too Much Gear guy doesn't have?
That's why I'm like shocked right now. What is that?
Well, I'm finally back from the meetup weekend, and I'm kind of just sitting here taking it all in, thinking about the campfires, the hikes, and the conversations that we had. It truly was a unique weekend. It was really neat for me to get to meet some of my favorite content creators and some new faces. I will list all the creators down in the description, and a big thank you to Christian from Hemlocks to Hellbenders for putting this whole weekend on. And remember, if you can't get out and make your own adventures, keep coming along with us. Thanks for watching.